Camera situated here. We'll get started. I don't have my tablet. It actually died after, I don't know, 8 years, so it doesn't work anymore. So I'm going to be kind of going back to the screen on the phone to try to read whatever comments you guys have. But yeah, as the title states, we're going to be doing a little bit of fragging chilling. See if we have some people to come in. We'll get started. Oop, how do I turn the chat on? All right, there's that button there. Live chat, all messages. Should be good. There we go. Okay, cool. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Travis? What's up, Bobby? Yeah, so we're going to be fragging up some green slimer today. Probably do some other stuff, too. I have some ATL blue clover that she broke off. And I'll show you guys 300 real quick. It's pretty... free fish labor, yeah. It's pretty bad. Let me bring you guys over to the 300 real quick. I removed 6 colonies yesterday, something like that, and then she destroyed that one big one. How do I get zoas off the rock? Travis, I'll be right with you in that second. There's like 2 Travises in here. Damn, not including myself. What's up, Scott? So that's the tub, and I'll show you guys what she did yesterday. It's real bad. So I know the camera's jacked, it's really blue, but there used to be this massive colony here, which we're going to take out and fix, or frag up. So she broke that off. Her head's all jacked up now. And then there was 2 colonies here and an entire rock, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, that got broke off. And then I removed a couple of frags here, and then a big chunk of this one came off as well. And the granulosa was starting to get snapped off too, so I took that out. But yeah, so this is the green slimer. We're gonna probably back up maybe one of these today, try to get some of that done. And you can hear the pump. Something's clogged up. Yeah, it's clogged up. If you don't clean these pump guards, it doesn't get enough flow and it starts making weird noises. So, all right, so that is what we're gonna do there. What's up, Big Bertha? And my naked tank. Let me see if I can turn the flow off on the tub real quick. So, let's see if I can show you. I ended up removing quite a bit of the rack system from here and just put in all these discs, which are starting to clear up now. Each one of these is represents a colony that she broke out of that tank. So there's quite a few in here, and then we have an entire lowboy that's full. But so this is, I know it's hard to see, but there's a colony there that broke off. This entire rock broke off. That's gone, and there's a little mini one there. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fragged up. Let me get you guys back over here. So Travis's question was, how do you get zoas off the rock? Well, don't boil it like that guy did on that forum where he boiled the rock and almost killed his whole family. Don't do that. Jeez, don't ever do that. If you're gonna take the rock out of the tank, make sure you can use like a chisel if you want, or you can use a Dremel. If you want to do it in the tank, you could still use a Dremel, but you got to get the attachment and go from there. Let me get this damn camera set up. But yeah, it can be tricky to get them off. I say if you got a colony of zoas on a rock in your tank and you can actually remove that entire rock and put a new one in its place, it's probably easier to do that, because I've Dremeled off zoas in here and they still grew back. So let me go ahead and get the chat back up. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so if I go back up, okay, there's quite a few of you in here. Hey, what's up? I'm just getting situated while I get the chat going. What's up, Scott? Sean, Glenn, Travis, how are you gonna get to make your... Who are you gonna get to make your tank? Be custom aquariums, just like the 300 now. Did you finally clean the glass where the corals went up against it? Yeah, I finally cleaned it yesterday. I didn't really have a choice. I'll show you guys that piece where it actually grew coralline and all that stuff on the glass itself. But yeah. Looking forward to the bubble algae removal tool. The 300 is bare. Are you going to grow it back? I did put some more frags in there, a little bit higher end stuff, but I got a year and a half left to grow on it, and I've already, like I said, I've already moved most of the colonies to this tub, and then I have a whole bunch in this tub here, and then I got some stuff going over here. But I guess my plan is because I can't remove her from that tank until I actually take it down. So I think I'm just going to grow what I can, because it's essentially a fish only now, because, I mean, she destroys everything. I love the fish to death, but she is the destructor. And I put an eel in there as well, just to kind of add to it, just to have a little bit more bio, actually, to have a little bit more waste, because my tank is kind of cleaner than it should be. But, yeah, so I'll just put in there what I can grow and get away with without her destroying, and then just kind of grow everything out in the tubs there. But let me, yeah. Yeah, guys, the chat's taking a little while to come up for me on my end, but let me go ahead and grab that colony, and I'll be right back, and we'll get to work. 1 second. So it's crazy to think this is just half of it, but so you can see where it was actually up against the glass, where it grew. That's like a mixture of coralline, and then you can see it was actually starting to encrust a little bit of green slimer. I bet if I fragged that, it would still grow. But yeah, it's interesting. I couldn't clean the glass for the longest time, and it's kind of cool looking, actually. But yeah, so that's half of it. My goal today is just to kind of cut off what I can, easy frag-wise, like these little stubs here, and then come through with the acro plugs, and just knocking shit over, and just frag out what I can. So yeah, let me get back to the chat. Give me a second, guys. I know the chat's not on my normal item. I'm about ready to go to Best Buy and get like a cheap tablet so I can have something to read. Let's see here. What did I miss? Looking for a bow algae removal tool. Did you keep GSP or Xenia in your 300? No, I have Xenia on an acro, or not acro rug. It's a frag rock. I have them on my website, and I let it grow on there, and then once it covers up, I cut it. Let's see what else I miss here. What are you replacing? Well, there's still a little piece of green slimer where this one was broken off, and I'll probably just let that grow out and maybe put a little frag behind. But I'm not really, I don't know. I'm not really up for replacing it because it's just, you know, this was only a year and a half worth of growth, which isn't too bad. I mean, that's essentially what I got left time-wise. But I don't know. I kind of like the tank being naked to a certain extent, just because I know that Big Bertha is a little bit more comfortable with the extra swimming room. And now that I have that eel, which is going to get really big as well, and I have 2 hippo tanks in there, 2 sail fins. I mean, I have quite a few fish that I've added since you guys have had an update, and all in an attempt to get a little bit more bio load. But what I'm going to do here is just break off a couple dozen frags and then put the colony back in the tank while we frag it up, just for the sake of a little bit less stress. Also, I went ahead and I lowered the lighting intensity on the frag tanks with the radions. It was just a little too high. I got in some frags from a buddy, and his tank is not 500 par, so I got to remember that not everybody runs their tank at such a high par. So I decided to dial it down. I'm ready to get back to the comment section here in a second. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, now it's not scrolling. Let me go back up. Every time I get back in the comment section, I got to scroll back up and figure out where I left off. Are you going to start rebuilding the display tank? It looks a little sad from former glory. No, I mean, it's going to be a little bit in there, but I'm not really messing with it. What are you replacing? Already went over that. Frags I got from you last are looking great. Awesome, Evan. Sometimes less is more. Doing any equipment updates? Well, I'm not updating any equipment, but I can do videos on equipment if you want. I know that I still have to send my dosing pump out to Neptune to get that fixed. It's on the list of things to get done, so I will probably get that out next week. It's crazy the amount of coral here. So my plan is I'm going to try to make as many little frags as I can, and then I will use my acro disc to grow out additional colonies. So say I frag this down to its like right here all the way across. I'll just take chunks of it, put it on the acro disc, and then it'll just kind of grow out as many colonies like they are right now in the tub. So I know a lot of you guys said you're going to the frag swap next week. Hopefully you can show up. I haven't been to one in forever, so I'm looking forward to it. Now I do have a couple videos ready to go for this week. I tried to catch up this weekend just because my jiu-jitsu is now Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's about 11 or 12 hours right now, and I'm kind of just getting into that pretty hard, so I kind of not leaving too much time to get extra things done. I'm gonna do a few more and then take this guy, put him in the tank. There we go. So yeah, green slimer's on sale. I don't know. Let me put this back in the tank real quick. It's pretty crazy that all these frags didn't even make a dent on that colony. Not even a little bit. Let me go and see what kind of comments we got here. So if I hit all chat, how far up the stock can you safely frag a zoa? How far up the stock can you safely frag a zoa? I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. You don't frag zoas unless you cut the rock that they're on. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I started a 25-gallon zeobit system after seeing your video, and we'll never go back. Starting a 75 and will be zeobit system. Well, I'm glad you like zeobit. I kind of moved away from it. Hey man, big fan from Canada. Hate to be able to do some work on my tank, but I'm building a new spot. Cool. I appreciate the support. Let me get these comments down here. All right, so I'm going to start fragging these up. I'm just going to use the basic acro plugs that I have on the site here. Kind of do the America theme, the red, white, and blue. Just kind of my thing. I wonder if I should 3D print a Let's Go Brandon thing going. Kind of get on that bandwagon. We'll see. I was actually going to write it on my car, but I was like, I don't know. So many people get triggered these days, they might vandalize it. And I don't want to mess with my insurance company with that. Alright, so... But, yeah. Trying to see. Yeah, some of these, when they print, depending on what printer, sometimes they get a little bit of fray, and sometimes the inside gets a little... I'm trying to find when it has it. Gets a little extra filament. It's hard to see. Even though all my printers are essentially the same printer, they print differently. So there's certain ones that, like for example, number 13 is my mushroom cage printer because it just seems to print them the best. So I kind of have printers that do specific things for me, and if I'm not making a lot of these, I can actually put it on the printer that doesn't mess up the inside. Well, let's see here, comment wise. Blessings, FishOfHex locked in from Trinidad. Blessings, Brenda. Hey man, what's up, dude? Appreciate the support. Nice to see the baby frag cutters still working strong. Yeah, these things are going good. I did break off the little spring, but for like $8. I mean, jeez, can't be too mad about that. I am definitely going to Best Buy after this live stream's done. I'm getting one of those little cheap $60 tablets because this whole trying to touch the screen and get it to work is not working. What's good phosphate numbers using HANA Ultra? What's a good phosphate number using HANA Low Range? Well, I usually do I don't think. How do I explain this? I have a recommended range, and it's usually 0.07 to 0.15. If you're within that range, you shouldn't have any issues with pretty much any coral. You shouldn't have any cyano issues. You shouldn't have anything that's going to be a problem. Keeping it at that range, I think, is more difficult than getting to that range. So you can get to the range relatively quickly with either feeding or dosing a supplement, but keeping it stable, it takes a little bit more effort. Either you've got to feed the same amount every day, or you got to put it on an auto doser. And one thing that I've realized is with nutrients, you really got to, if you're trying to fine tune coloration, especially with SPS, you really got to test that stuff either daily or every other day, because it doesn't take much. And I've realized that in the 300. Maybe it's different with me shipping coral all the time, and the nutrients going down with that. But it's one of those things that you just have to test consistently, or it can just bottom out in a matter of 24 hours. I've had it happen many times, not only in this system but in the 125. So it's not just with selling coral that's impacting. I'm sure that it doesn't help, but I feel like my first few years of reefing, first couple years, rephrase that, of reefing, I knew nitrates and phosphates were important, but everybody was on the bandwagon of having none of them. I mean, then zeobit came along and all that kind of stuff. So I never really paid a lot of attention to it until I started realizing that, hey, this is a business, man. It's not just me looking at it in my house, and I can get away with a little bit of pale coloration here or there, and something not being as happy. So what am I doing that's not right? So I really started focusing on the nutrients, and things have really turned around, based on just kind of realizing how important they are. So I know that's a little, I guess that's not off topic, but it's a little bit farther than the explanation you were looking for. But I guess the point is, stay within that range. You know, pick a number that you're comfortable with, and then just try to keep it there, as in testing frequently and making adjustments either with dosing or feeding, or or dialing your skimmer in, whatever method you so choose to keep it stable. And I've yet to meet anybody with a reef tank that just keeps stable nitrates and phosphates without having to do anything. I mean, maybe there's somebody out there. Maybe someone's got the perfect balance between fish and feeding and nutrient export, that it's never a problem. But I don't know. I haven't met them. So, but I don't know. If I was just regular Joe Schmo, I guess maybe it wouldn't be as important. But I don't know. I guess the thing with running a business that's your hobby is that your perspective on how things should be and how they, I don't know, how you perceive them earlier on, they just change because you got to adapt to everybody else around you. So I don't know. I'm gonna get to the comment section once I get these dudes in here and spray them. But hey, yeah, Scott, hit me up via text, man. If you want to come to Lancaster on the 6th, let me know, because I could use the help. I have the 2 tables, and I plan on socializing because I haven't socialized in forever. So I could use somebody to hold down the fort. I'll pay you. I'll feed you. I'll probably give you a back rub. The usual. Okay, let me see here. Just scroll up. Let these guys dry off. All right, phosphates. Do you still dose the Red Sea Trace colors? I do not dose that. I actually use Aquavitral fuel, and I can run through what I dose right now, actually. So occasionally, maybe once per month, I'll dose Eco Balance from Dr. Tim's, and I'll also do Aquavitral Seed. I don't do it too often because I find that if I bottom my nutrients out and I dose either one of those, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but Dino tends to show its face a little bit quicker. So I don't know if that's part of it, but it's just something I figured out with when my nutrients dropping. But I also, so basically dosing wise, I'll do Chaeto Grow. I'll do 100 milliliters of that twice a week. I do potassium, 40 milliliters of that twice a week. Guys, remember, this is based off of 500 gallons of water. I do 100 milliliters of AcroPower twice a week, and I'll go get the other stuff real quick. I dose 125 milliliters twice a week of Aquavitral fuel. I don't know if it's going to zoom in there, but that has to be refrigerated. And then, of course, I make my own fish food and all that stuff, which is good for all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is, I guess I could, look at this. I think I got a bug in my tank. One of those stupid lantern cock stinking mother truckers. Look at him. Oh, there he is. No, it's a stink bug. See him? Oh, you picked a bad day to be here. Now you're going to be fish food. Hey, you fuck off. Okay, so I'm going to put these guys away. We'll come back. I don't know if you can see. I hope you can see. That shit's super blue. Let me check the chat real quick before I get going here. What's up, Keystone Heights, Florida? What's up, man? I'll be at the Frag Stop Lancaster. Can't wait. It'll be my first one. Awesome. Make sure you come say hi. My phosphates are reading 0.87. How do I fix this? I'm just using Chaeto. I'm a newbie. Sorry. Well, you're going to have to either do water changes or cut back on your feeding. I mean, I don't know what else you got going. I don't know your setup or anything like that, but you just have to make some adjustments to get your stuff down. I know that you guys aren't going to be able to see crap here. I'm sorry, but I'm going to put these in. But yeah, Scott, hit me up, man. You can call me later or text me. Sunday is my catch-up day for the week because jiu-jitsu starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and then I roll for 45 minutes after that, and then I go to the gym. So Monday is jiu-jitsu, rolling, and then gym, and I usually get back home around 11:30, and then I work until 5, and then I go back to jiu-jitsu from 5:30 to 6:30, and then I come back and go to bed. And then Tuesday is my long day. I think we do a 3-hour session on Tuesday nights, which I definitely love that stuff. I'm telling you, it took me a little while to get into it again because I don't know, I just, with everything going on, and then I got the surgery, and I was just like out of it for a while, and I was trying to cut weight, so it was just really rough. But now that I'm 205 pounds now, and I just can use it to my advantage. It's working out pretty good. So definitely putting in 100%, and I'm looking forward to tournaments and all sorts of stuff that's coming up. I don't know. It's kind of like when the reefing hobby was for me back in the day when I first started, and it wasn't a business. I got really excited about it and was, putting in 100% and all this, all this crazy stuff. The excitement feeling. You guys know what what I'm talking about with just hobbies or things in general. So I'm excited to have found something that I really, really enjoy. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a pretty aggressive person. I mean, anybody who knows me, I can be pretty aggressive sometimes. And I'll tell you right now, after Thursday, particularly after Tuesday night, I have zero aggression. I'm the chillest dude on the planet. I mean, I have people cut me off in traffic. I'm just like, man, go ahead. I ain't got time to argue with you. Just go ahead. I'm exhausted. My ribs hurt. I got bruises everywhere. I got a black eye and a busted finger. And something? It's a good day. So I don't know. It's just nice. It's finally nice to have an outlet. To be honest with you, I wish I found it. I mean, I did in the military, but I didn't take it because it was like my job, so I didn't really take it as seriously as I would now. But I wish I discovered it years ago. I'd probably be in a better place, at least in life in general. Let me get my chat going here. I'll call you tomorrow to give you great back rubs. Okay, I try to give good back rubs, Scott. Appreciate that, man. All right, let me go ahead and get going here. So we're gonna do this last chunk, and then we're gonna grab some more. Man, 21 minutes. I only got one round of frags out. Not very productive. But yeah, so if you guys are looking for something, I mean, if you're a military guy, or you're just looking for a way to exert some extra energy or aggression, or you're looking for an outlet, or you're looking for a skill or something challenging, jiu-jitsu is probably something you should do. It's changed everything, even how I go to the gym. Even the lifts that I do, everything has changed. It's pretty crazy. And I can see the results. I can see the difference. And then the strength-wise, power-wise, it's all good things. So we get in chat here. Bertha knew the frag swap was coming. She's helping you out. Yeah, she knew something. She knows when it's feeding time, I'll tell you that. It's a great fish, but I will admit she is on the list of mistakes that I made in this tank. And another mistake is not having two displays. I really regret not having two display tanks. In the new place, I'm going to have this 300 upstairs in the wall where I can actually enjoy it, and then have the 1000 downstairs with the tubs, and it'll all be plumbed into one setup. But I guess the point is that the tank, after the first year, it became business, nothing but business, and it was all about, I have bills to pay, right? So I have to cut frags and make sure the coral colonies aren't killing themselves, and I guess the point is it just took away from it, and I really lost a lot of drive for the hobby, turning it into a business. And I'm really glad that I got the 3D printing going now that can take some weight off the tank and the setup. To be honest with you, I don't know if I didn't have the 3D printing, I wouldn't be in a tough spot per se, but it'd be like, oh well, I got to find another way to get more coral. Yeah, so that worked out. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. I know that shit probably seem like nuts. Bad angle with the camera. But yeah, so let me spray these. I am not going to frag this out, by the way. I'm not going to frag that thing. But yeah, so I'll show you guys my tattoo work. My guy was supposed to come over. I was supposed to do more yesterday or the day before. I don't remember what the heck it was. Because we got a whole bunch of other stuff going. But I'll show you guys what I got so far. So let me get this damn thing. Okay. So you guys were asking about, I don't know if you can see me right now, but you guys were asking about the sleeve for the salt water. So I started the eel, which by the way, this is all cover-up stuff. So we started the eel, and then it goes up onto my trap on my neck. It's hard to see, but this has to be colored in. It's not finished yet. And then we got all the coral that needs to be colored in. We got the starfish that needs to be colored in. The Scopus tank needs to be colored in. So we're going to do a wrasse here, and then we're going to do colonies throughout the rest of it, and then do all the coloring. So that will be it for the sleeve. This one's already done. You guys have already seen this one. It's got to get recolored. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to finishing that off. I was going to get it done before the show, but I don't know. I got to be able to sit down, plug this back in, sit down and get all that work done. I can only do about 4 hours a session. I don't know, my tolerance for getting tattooed is kind of changed a little bit, but yeah, when it's done and all the colors completed, I'll show you guys the final sleeve. But there's probably 20 hours left of work to do, if not more than that. So at 150 an hour, so there's a ton of work to get done on it. But we decided just to do minimal color at first and get everything in, and then do all the fine coloring. So yeah, kind of worked out. And the only reason why there's cover-ups is because I was going to do 2 military sleeves, but then I decided I wanted to do saltwater, so I had to cover up my military stuff just for the sake of not having it blended. Now I am going to keep the one thing here, but that's just because I don't know what to cover that up with. So it's just going to be in the mix of saltwater. But maybe if I find something I want to cover it up with that looks decent, that blends in, I will. But we'll go from there. Let's see. Oh man, I just had a salad with like some weird ass chicken. It's coming up. So yeah, I'll be bringing green slimer to the swap. Well, I got a whole bunch in here that's already healed, but I'll be bringing some more. Let's go, Brandon. Man, I've been getting that stuff sent to me all the time. You guys are hilarious, by the way. I'm telling you, you guys just blow my DMs up with memes and crazy shit. It's pretty fun. All right, let me get back up here. FishOfHex, my freaking wet ass finger. 1 second, man. Nope, that ain't it. FishOfHex, I was at the hospital for 3 weeks for freaking COVID. Now I have green algae on my rocks, not hair algae. What can I do besides water changes and which I already did? Manual removal would be the next thing. Mother, why is that zooming? Give me a second. I have wet ass fingers here. All right, there we go. Okay, well, clearly that's not working out. So when it comes to removing the algae, I mean, if you're already doing the water changes, you're already actively bringing the nutrients down. So I would say keep doing that, and then manual removal, cleanup crew, stuff like that. Let me go grab that colony real quick. Oh, my naked tank. It's depressing. But yeah, so if you just keep up with the water changes, manual removal, if you can get in there with a toothbrush and kind of scrub it out a little bit, break it off the rocks, get it into filter socks, it's going to help. But yeah, I mean, it's just going to take some time. Was somebody feeding your tank while you were gone and you were in hospital? Did you say 3 weeks? Man. How do you stick a frag inside of an aquarium with water? I'm trying Gorilla Glue with the green cover and not being successful. You need to have gel super glue, and I'll show you right now. So we'll just pretend this is, well, that's water. We'll pretend this is a rock, a hole in a rock, okay? So if I was going to frag, put this coral in my tank, would take gel super glue. You can get it at bulk Reef Supply or even at the store. Make sure it's gel. And then you're going to put a little bit of glue on the nub, okay? Now, when you put it in your tank, let's pretend this is the water. You're going to go non-glue side first, letting the glue be the last part of the frag that hits the water. What that does is it prevents this from smearing, because if you do it like this, you're going to get glue smeared all up your frag, and it's going to be awful. So when you get into the tank, and you're like, you're going to turn that bad boy in, get in the hole. And, that's the best way to do it. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, but use gel super glue. Mother, zoom in. Really? Really? Oh, okay. So we're going to be like that today. All right. All right, give me a second, guys, while I figure out how the heck I zoom this. There we go. Nope, that ain't it. Hey, if you're watching the screen right now, look away. Okay. Jesus. What's your success rate with wild acropore? I don't know, like 50%. If I get in a colony, which by the way, I don't import wild Acropora. I used to back a little while ago, but the pests that come in on wild Acropora are devastating. And not only do you have to okay, if I was to get in a wild colony of Acropora, that whole thing would go into quarantine for several months, to the point where it's probably not even going to be that profitable. And then if it survives quarantine, then it'll be fragged. And then once it's fragged, we'll see who survives that nonsense. Wild Acropora are one of the more difficult things to bring in, but they're also one of the more dangerous when it comes to pests, because Acropora flatworms, as I mentioned so many times, are devastating. I mean, just crazy devastating. I'll break off some of this here. But yeah, so I wouldn't import Acropora unless I had a separate system to go through and do the proper quarantine. Like extended quarantine, probably multi-stage like Jason Fox does. I mean, that's the safest way to go about it right there. But yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, not only are they really finicky with nutrients and water fluctuations because of all that, but again, the pests are just life-altering pests. Destroy your tank and watch, thousands and thousands. Well, depending on what you got, hundreds of $1,000s in inventory getting destroyed because you didn't see a Acropora flatworm in your system. A lot of people think that I blow them out of proportion, like I make them worse than what they really are. I've seen what they do, and I don't think I'm over exaggerating in any way. This is an interesting frag. That's a cool looking frag. If you get this one, you know what's up, right? But yeah. I'll do a few more. It's been 31 minutes already. Jeez. It just goes to prove that I can talk to myself all day long. It's no problem. All right, let me go put this back in the tank. Again, barely even touched it. Slimy. We'll see if I can get you guys a closer look at the eel. He's pretty crazy. He's pretty aggressive too. All right, so let me try to get the chat going here. Super excited to catch you live. Been lurking for a while. Love your very hands-on and down-to-earth approach to the content. Keep pushing on. I can't see the rest of it. Oh man, it went away. It faded away. Keep pushing on and wish you all the best. Hey man, I appreciate the support on that. Yeah, I'm actually I really like the feedback we got for those videos. I'm gonna continue that daily thing, probably mix up like every other day, stuff like that. I did see good results in the analytics. Everything was good. And by the way, I want to mention that when I joke with you guys a lot. Some of you were getting pretty butthurt that I said, "Oh, I got to extend this video out, my last one, so I can get paid." Guys, YouTube pays okay, but I mean, it's not make it or break it kind of money. And me extending the video is just a joke. Have you guys ever watched Bro Science Life? Like, he's always joking about stuff like that, and it's funny. So just don't get offended. If I'm just saying stuff, it's because I'm trying to have fun with you. If I'm being a jerk, like I was at the end of that video, that's real. That's real. But yeah, I'm just playing with you. Everyone's got to loosen up. But somebody called it a money grab. It's kind of funny. I don't know about that. YouTube pays okay, but it ain't no money grab. It pays for my car. That's about it. And insurance. All right, let's see here. Thanks so much. Would that work on rock as well? Let me see. Yeah. For rock, yeah. The gluing part. I'm trying to watch the chat without zooming in again. Give me a second. And I'm going to Best Buy after this. Yes. Adrian, get extra thick gel. Yep. Get the thick super glue. Yeah, I will admit I have tried to glue with just the regular super glue that's liquid form. I mean, this is technically liquid, but you know what I mean, like water liquid. That doesn't work out very well. I would love to have my own gel super glue brand. That's something I want to dive into, is kind of getting my own RO filter brand, my own carbon brand, just all the stuff that I use on a monthly basis that I could share with you guys. I just got to outsource it, and then find a way to get a pretty good margin on it to bring it in and sell. Because you guys know, I mean, I work with Kessel now, and I've been drop shipping their lights, and I mean, I really like that. I like Kessel. They like working with me. I like working with them, so it works out pretty well. But I would really like to expand a little bit. And I was actually going to do that last year, but the 3D printing just went bananas, and you know, I'm thankful for that. Don't get me wrong, but I just wasn't. I haven't been able to sit back and do anything. Quick question for you guys: do any of you guys invest into cryptocurrency? Because I've been hitting that pretty hard lately, and I don't know. I'd be interested to know what you guys think. Because I have to face facts here is that, yeah, this is a pretty good business now, and it might be good for the next 10 years, but you know, at some point, I'm not going to want to work anymore. So either the business is going to expand to the point where somebody else will have to take care of it, and I can just kind of sit back and run things and make money, or work forever. I mean, that's another thing. I don't want to do that. And so I decided to start investing into a bunch of different things. Crypto is one of them. And I want to expand out and get some properties that I can rent. So I'm looking into all that. But that's all stuff that I'm going to do after we relocate, or we as in me. Yeah, I just kind of, I've been thinking lately of, you know, hey, this is cool business now. I make good money now, but is it going to last forever? What's the game plan? What's the backup plan? Because, you know, I could never go back to working for anybody ever again. Granted, when I did work for somebody, it was a pretty good gig. I did my own thing. You know, the investigations and stuff, I really love doing those for the most part. But I just couldn't go back to a 9 to 5. I'm just freaking gonna lose my mind. Freedom is nice. All right, one more in here. I'll get some more plugs. I gotta print out. And by the way, I can't bring plugs to the swap next week. I can bring anything that place doesn't sell, and they sell frag plugs, so I can't bring them. Right. Let's see here, and this one. Maybe this one. That's a funky looking frag, but they'll be pretty someday. It'll be interesting to see how those grow out with that stuff on there. All right, let's get the chat. I'm trying to probably do another round and then head out. Crypto doesn't have a true value. It's not creating cash flow like a business does. Therefore, you can't really identify how much it's actually worth. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I've invested some stuff already, some different cryptos, and I mean, I've made money on it already. And I guess I'll just do maybe. A lot of people recommend like 1/3 your portfolio being in crypto. So I'm gonna keep doing that, because just say Bitcoin, you know, does what it's done over the last couple of years. I mean, say I put 50 grand into it in the next, you know, couple of years, and then it just goes insane. I mean, if I keep that investment long term, I mean, it could really turn around. But then again, it could also crash, right? So it could also go away. But I guess that's part of the whole risk on it. But do you use Chato? If so, how do you get it spinning, and what type of lights do you use? I don't spin my Chato. I don't think it doesn't make any difference. I use Reef brights on mine. Check out the YouTube channel, man. Like the videos that I have going on the 300-gallon build, you'll be able to see all that stuff. I've been floating the idea, but should probably pull the trigger. I mean, if you put a couple grand in, or even if you're starting small, even if you invest like $5 a day, you know, depending on what you do for, you know, a living and whatever you can afford. But I mean, if it does go, I'd rather have it in there, and then the market does go crazy and it triples and quadruples by, you know, 53,000% or whatever. I'd rather, you know, even if it's $100, I'd rather that be times 53,000%. You know, it's still going to be more than what I put in there. And if I take a loss, I mean, it's not a huge deal. I guess if I was rolling in, you know, if I was depositing hundreds of thousands of dollars into crypto every week, then yeah, that would, taking a loss on that would definitely be a problem. But yeah, I don't know. It's worth a shot trying to see, and it's good to kind of get out there and do something new. But yeah, I know that the rental stuff is something I'm definitely want to do. Mother trucking freaking. What's up with the stink bugs, man? Go back to China. It's the same thing with those damn lantern flies. You guys can fuck off. Now you're dead. Congratulations. Stupid shit. Alright, so let me put these in here. Stink bugs everywhere, man. My kids really, they call them bad bugs, those lantern flies, and they just go to town on those jokers on the back deck. Even the dog gets in on it. But, yeah, we'll put these in here. But, yeah. Wish I had another way of seeing the chat. I guess almost 8 years. Yeah, it'll be almost 8 years out of a tablet I got from Costco. I can't be too upset, right? It just won't turn on anymore. It won't charge. It won't do nothing. I think this frag is dead. Yep. But I was thinking about removing all the racks from here and then just doing all colonies. But I like taking my pictures for the WYSIWYG on under Kessels, and I think they just look better with the Kessel lighting. So I'll just have to keep it like this for a while. If I had it my way, I would get another one of these tubs and get all the same lighting and replace the low boys. But since I'm not going to be here much longer, even though it is a year and a half, it's probably not worth the time or the effort or the money to just take an entire system down just to have some temporary success with it. I'm trying to think where I want to put this one. So we'll see. I mean, I guess it really wouldn't be too bad. I do use the top of that for storage though. So, but I'll get back to the chat in just a second, guys. I'm trying to get this in here. I wonder how many frags this is. So once they're in here for a little while, they turn into just encrusted. You can barely see it though, yeah. But it doesn't take too long. Gray Slimer is one of my favorite acros. I mean, the stuff is super resilient, good beginner acro, and it just grows so quickly. And it looks cool too, the shape of the way it grows, the coloration. I mean, it is just a green acro, but still. If you guys could see in the tub right now, like over here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green Slimer colonies growing right now. There's going to be like 4 or 5 more. So yeah, needless to say, green Slimer will not be out of stock anytime soon. Definitely thanks to Big Bertha. I always wonder what the tank would look like if I never cut it. I mean, it probably would have killed itself by now. Or if I didn't have Big Bertha. I always wonder what it would be. Guess we'll have to wait to the next build. And by the way, she's not going with. That's been decided a long time ago. Alright, cool. So I think that's all the fragging I'm going to do there. You can see green Slimer, 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 Slimer. There's one over there. And then I got green Digi and a whole bunch of you guys can see the coloration of that ATL blue clover. But all right, let me check the chat real quick. I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me see. Dropping in to drop a like and show support, doing the hard work. Hey, thanks. How do you test your power? I use the Senai Reef monitor. Test my power with that. Works out pretty good. It gives you a pretty good base range, but if you want to rent one, I think BRS does it. I think they still do it. I don't know. Somebody was saying that they don't do it anymore, but you could always just rent one, and I think you got to do like a $50 deposit, and make sure you have the funds in the tank. And I mean in your account if you happen to not return it, because I'm pretty sure they'll put a hold on the account if you don't return it. But yeah. So other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work. I gotta fix one printer and move on. I got custom orders and stuff I got to work on as well. So I'm going to finish fragging a little bit later, but I wanted to just kind of do a frag and chill and hang out for a little bit. We've been going for about 45 minutes, which is pretty good. So I appreciate all the support. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. If you have any video ideas or anything you guys want me to kind of get in front and answer questions, feel free to put that in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, okay? Peace.